Okay, in this video I'm just going to answer a question that I get asked quite a lot by people, and that's, can you shoot ProRes on SD cards on the Panasonic GH6? And it's not a simple yes or no really for this. So what we'll do is I'll show you, I've got the camera just set up with just an SD card and no CF Express card. So if we switch the camera on, and then obviously we need to be in the ProRes file recording format. So we jump into that, and then under record quality, we can jump in and you can see everything is still sort of lit up as if we can use it. But then actually when we try to use it, you'll see that we need a CF Express card for that. 5.7, we need it. And then that will continue all the way down to 4K 25422. And then essentially what we can shoot on there are all of the ones in the second page. So we can actually shoot full HD, 50 frames a second, or 60 on NTSC, 422 HQ, and that will actually work on the SD card all the way down to the standard 422 there. So you've got 4 ProRes shooting modes that you can actually use on the SD card. The next kind of caveat to it is that to be able to do it, you know, the SD card is really not ideal for recording ProRes 2 because the file sizes are pretty huge. So if you're going to try and do it, what you'll need is a V90 SD card. So in this video, I'll leave some links to cards in the description, you know, that will work. But you know, for example, in this video, I've got this card here. So it's a SanDisk Extreme Pro, and that's but the card's a V30, a 256 gig. It's not, you know, it's not a slow card by any means, but it's certainly not made to capture ProRes. So what I did was I set the camera running just for a bit, so you can kind of see in this video that essentially that card will work. It shows no errors, but then once it's run for, I've never been able to quite get 3 minutes out of it. It does about 2 minutes 45, and then you'll get the you'll get an error that essentially says that the file sorry, the recording was cancelled due to the limitation of the writing speed of the card. And you don't actually get corrupt footage. The file does end itself and it creates the file, and that all works. But obviously you're limited to 3 minutes of recording, which is kind of far from ideal when you're shooting. So yeah, if you want to do it, you're realistically looking at V90 SD cards. And the problem there is that once you go up to quite high cards, which you will need, like large cards, you're going to be looking in quite the expensive range of cards. So what I do, I mean, the ideal situation for any of the higher shooting modes is to have CF Express cards. So even then, you know, these can be expensive, but they're my preference always, because you're going to be able to get everything internally in the camera. All of the shooting modes will be available. They're just really convenient and easy to use. So I've got like a few different CF Express cards that I use, and I still do use SD cards as well. But these are really my main shooting format on the GH6. And then cost-wise, when you start again going into the bigger cards for CF Express, they're also very expensive. So luckily on the GH6, we've talked about this before, you can actually shoot out to SSD. So really, if you're you know, looking for the most storage for your money, this is what you're going to want to do. Get one of these SSD drives. Again, I'll link in the description to them. You can do your own kind of cost comparisons and things, but that is really the most affordable way to shoot if you're going to be shooting in really large file formats. For me, I mostly will shoot all for my own kind of personal projects. I have no issues editing with that. I find it's a really good file format. It's like, for me, that is ideal. But I do occasionally get clients that they do the edits themselves and they want the footage supplied as ProRes. So I'll essentially then just shoot on an SSD and then offload all that footage for them. and they can have those as ProRes files, and I don't need those larger CF Express cards for those projects, so that's really useful. And again, I'll kind of link up in the corner to which drives are kind of supported and what will work and what won't work. But the GH6 is a really great camera in the sense of you can actually have sort of truly unlimited recording, in the sense that it will go until the drive is full, or it will go until the battery ends. So again, I can leave a link above on another video I've done about sort of unlimited recording on there and some of the options you might want to use on there. But yeah, the moral of it really is, I would say, get yourself some fast, reliable media for the camera. It's not the most interesting accessory to buy for your camera, but it's something that you'll use day in, day out. You want it to be reliable. If it's if you lose footage because you cheaped out on a card or you're using the wrong media type, it's going to be more costly in that lost footage than it is for just paying for it up front. It's just one of those things that is kind of a necessity. So just get it up front, take the hit on the cost, and then just kind of it's going to last you quite a long time. So I would recommend just doing that. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have, give it a like. If you want to find out more about the Panasonic GH6, then check out the playlist on this channel, and please subscribe.